All right, y'all. Good afternoon. It is High Priestess Jamila. I wanted to come and talk about real quick how I had to reload that video that I put up um, about my client um, from 2020 and, just all of that drama that she had caused me for literally no reason that was my fault. So I had to reload it, which I'm sure she's gotten her number changed by now because um, she decided to involve herself with some craziness. And hold on a second. All right, I think I'm back. Okay. So I had to reload the video because I had accidentally on Google Voice, it like puts the number like three or four, it puts the number on each message. So my bad. But this leads me to the discussion about messy ass people. And so I want to go down and talk more about the storyline of what actually happened in that situation. And to this day, I haven't even bothered. And it does not matter whether or not these two clients were like trolls. Sometimes I think that they were trolls that had some kind of connection to this group of people on here. Okay. So, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I'm pretty sure she's gotten her number changed by now. Um, None of my authentic clients, though, would go to that group of people. And I want to talk about and get into a little history of that group of people. And I got to tell you that that group and everything that they do, it's almost like a place where everything that has ever went wrong in the world roams. And I do know exactly how I ended up dealing with them. And I think that it does have these grassroots in, kind of like religion and, you know, just weirdness. Okay. It was so, so for years, when it first started out, my house has been swatted twice. Um, but then there were other things that was happening that was completely made up that happened over 50 times. I'm not really bringing that stuff back up again because, I don't want to wake it up. But I don't really know if those quote unquote clients decided to go into that group of people just for the hell of it, or I have no idea and I don't care. All I know is that if you are a client and you're working with me, probably not a good idea to get involved with that. Not a good idea. You know, As a practitioner that is doing work for people, I can't tell you what social groups to involve yourself with. However, here's where the problem came in with that particular client. And I don't know why she thought it was a good idea. But basically, what she did was she came online, she linked up with this man online that on a regular basis calls black people niggers and calls black women nigger bitches. It's very disgusting behavior, very inappropriate. Okay. So after she did that, I ended the friendship, of course, because it was like she switched up on me and I couldn't deal with it. After I ended our friendship, our so-called sisterhood, she decided to, in order to get revenge on me, to go into that group of people and begin doing the same exact thing that they do, which is to start making up lies about people, talking about people as bad as possible. This was a part of her personality that I was totally shocked about. When she did that, I'm pretty sure that bad things began to happen. At that time that she had done that, I was doing all kinds of spiritual work, working with Saint Michael to end any kind of connection in social media with these people. But of course, since this group of people is always hungry and thirsty for content of what kind, of a third kind, I guess, of course, you know, she went in there and it restarted a whole bunch of drama and trauma for me in social media, things that I should have never had to have been dealing with. So this is the reason why I had to come out and say, wait a minute, she is not being honest. This is not the truth. And this is why I'm doing it, to protect my company. Now, I don't know why there's certain people that don't comprehend that. I understand that different people have different levels of comprehension. Talking about this right now as I speak has nothing to do with that group of people. The reason why I am speaking about this right now is for my business purposes. Okay. That's why I'm doing it, to protect the value of my company, that of which this person, and like I said, I listen, I don't have time to babysit anybody. Okay. And, I could not deal with at the time trying to find out whether or not somebody sent this chick to me to be a troll. I mean, I guess they would go that far. I don't know. But all I know is that it was extremely devastating. She's never been a friend of mine. You got to understand that there were a lot of direct terroristic threats from that group of people that was being made towards my children. And, it was extremely devastating. For some reason, I guess it was empowering to them, which made no sense because it's everything that could possibly be wrong with a person. I don't care about how many views they get. When I go and listen to it, I can't listen to it. I can't do it. It's not something that that cheers me or jeers me. And this has been going on for several years. Okay. And so I'm happy at this point that the attention is off of me. However, she was over on her channel the other day repeating lies about me, slandering me. I'm not even going to repeat what she said because it's that disgusting and I would never do something like that ever. So, they can sit up here and try to merge it all they want. I am not merged with that group of people. This chick is sort of like this lady is sort of like how do I put this? She's a liability at this point. When she went into that group of people and began to act a fool with me in social media because she couldn't get free spells or discounted spells from me anymore, this is when she became a liability to my company. So you'd have to have some sense of intelligence to know what I mean by that. Because not only was she lying on me, and that's what they do. That's what they do. They try to ruin people's reputation. They try to ruin people's lives. That's what they do, you know? And for her to do that was like she took it too far. Okay, she took it too far. I had every right to unfriend her. I don't know if it's because she's from the South, and maybe down in the South it's acceptable for you know people to just call black people niggers to their face. So this is when I realized the delusions of certain people. Okay. Now keep in mind, I am from Kansas City, Missouri. We have a totally different culture up there. It was total culture shock seeing that and experiencing that for me because I had never experienced that before. And it's so that is my reasons for doing what I am doing right now, because I am tired of the lies. These lies have led to business loss. It has nothing to do with the power. A person can lie and make something look like something. That doesn't make them a powerful person. That makes them a liar. That makes them a piece of crap to lie on somebody. And I guess there's some people that think that in social media you have to be a liar in order to get somewhere. I don't know. But so um I had to re-upload the thing, but she's very messy is all I can say. And like I said, this is the first time ever I kind of feel like to make here's how I see it. I feel like she was straddling the fence. On one side, she had it made up in her mind that she had that as an option to try to keep control of me, which is totally ridiculous. But then on the other side of the coin, when she noticed that the spell work that I was doing for her and everything was working, she felt like she could go ahead and keep the relationship going. But then as soon as it ended, like what a lot of narcissistic people do, if they and nobody, like, I don't know why narcissistic people think this, that they have control over people, because they always find out that they don't. But in a narcissist's mind, if they can't control you, they want to control how other people see you. Why is this being brought up now? Because 2 years later, she is still doing the same thing. 2 years later, okay? And it's so weird because I do not contend with those people. I don't even know like where like I think the same machine is brainwashing all of them personally, and I don't see how they do it. I really don't see how those people do it. But just like right now, somebody that doesn't have the ability to think straight will say, "Oh, she's talking about that group." No, I am not. I am talking about what this person did, and I think that that's why she did it. There was another person years ago that attempted to go in that group to control me. This was somebody that I had knew for over 20 years. I don't understand that. It's so weird. I don't understand why people are doing that, and I don't care. All I know is that I have the right to stand up for the truth. And so I reloaded it. So in case you guys see it again, I had to take down the other one and reload it. But I was thinking about just how messy that crap is, and nobody deserves that. This is exactly how people end up in a ditch is by being messy. And I don't like messy. And it's been way too it's been way too much. It has been. So, that's and so if anybody, I personally said a prayer to Saint Michael that everybody that is a part of that group that is like possessed by those people, for them to just leave my channel. I mean, seriously, I actually have been working with Saint Michael for that, because I personally think that it was a mistake for them to ever even be on my channel. It doesn't even make any sense. I mean, if they're interested in some of my content and they don't really have an issue with me, then fine. But as long as anybody is starting stuff with me or having an issue with me, because I give so much and I never deserved any of it. I don't know who decided, because as a business owner that doesn't have a storefront, social media is everything. But even if I did have a storefront, I would still not want my social media to be compromised. To this day, to this day, there are people clearly associated with that group that are still slandering me. Let me tell you something. If your company or what you're doing in social media is dependent on slandering people, I'm not talking about if you're telling the truth. If you have to tell the truth about somebody that is currently attacking you, hey, they left themselves open for it. Okay. However, when somebody just blatantly turns on their camera and starts slandering you, this has exactly been my experience. You explain to me, why would why my family would deserve that, all because of somebody's delusion. You know? So that's that. And so I had to reload it and everything so that you guys could see it again, but only with her. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that by now she's gotten her number changed, and I'm not gonna apologize. Why on earth? Why on God's green earth would you think that it is a good idea to do what she did? That's exactly what not to do. That's exactly what you should not do. You should not go and join a group of gang stalkers. And like I said, this is without me doing any readings on the situation. I don't know if she was involved with that group beforehand. If she was, I can tell you that I believe genuinely if she was involved with something like that and had that kind of chaos going on in her mind, body, and spirit, I believe that she really was attempting to change, right? Oh, my goodness. But not enough was done, apparently, for her to embrace the change. I had already done plenty. Just and so she's been lying and saying that I scammed her when I have so much more than that. Oh my God, my headaches are gone. Oh my God, I feel so good. Oh my God, I love you so much. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, that is happening. Oh my God. I had already done all of that for her just simply from her getting a cleanse and joining my Sabbaths. All of that was done for her. Even helping her buy a house. What more did she want from me? What more did she want? My soul? My blood? My eyeballs? I mean, my goodness gracious. You would think that after a person literally moves that kind of mountain for you, that you would be appreciative. Why? You know? So I just and I'm sorry if a lot of you guys don't want to hear this. You know, I'm pretty sure that the few clients that are on YouTube, because honestly, my clients are I get referrals all the time. I get referrals. I get people that do Google searches. There are a few people that do find my videos on YouTube still. Okay, and I've actually thought about strategies on how to kind of stop the blacklist on my channel, the this same group, or either that I can tell that my channel is constantly being falsely flagged. So this particular group of trolls, especially the guy that she hooked up with, they have this special way of flag bombing people's channels to silence them. Do I believe these people are domestic terrorists? Yes. Do I believe that these people need to be banned from the internet? Yes. Do I believe that if they were banned from the internet that they would do something crazy? Absolutely. So maybe they should just be allowed to act out in social media because perhaps that will keep the community and the world safe. And I know that I'm not the crazy one when you see some of the things that is happening. Why would you go into that? And so the whole game of going into that is to find somebody in that group that likes you, that can protect you. Here's the thing, nobody is protected in that group. I still to this day have no understanding, no human understanding of why somebody would continue to participate in that. Now, somebody, and I know he's watching, is going to say, well, duh, you're participating. No, I am not. And I never have. I am speaking from, and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if each of them in that group had $1 million apiece. I would still be the only one speaking logically in this situation. No, I am not entertained by somebody laughing at somebody's mom for passing away. No, I am not entertained at that. I'm not. And I haven't I've had to defend myself. It has been insane. And you know what? I have literally tried so hard. It's like they go into a psychosis, to where they give those people power over them. They give that energy power. I still don't like I'll never understand it, guys. I'll never understand it. Basically at this point, I am picking up the pieces of my life. Is what I am doing at this point. Is social media an important piece of that? Absolutely, because this is how I advertise. This is where I come to do my readings. This is where I come to show you guys my spells and talk to you guys. So yeah, I have every right to do that. Whenever I search it, whenever I come with that assertion, there's usually some kind of narcissistic game that is set up to deflect from that. But it has to be done. At some point, it has to be done. And it's not that I have to be free from that group, I'm already free. My mind is in outer space. My mind is extended all around. My consciousness is completely and totally expanded. Mine is, okay? However, I think that what the issue is that um there are certain people, the issue is her. The issue is her. The issue is the people that she's getting to bear false witness against me. The issue is her. That's the direct issue. That's what I'm addressing because she's the one that was a client. And trust me, I have every single correspondence. Every single correspondence. So I'm going to make a big deal about it because you know what? You're speaking to the validity of my company because of your anger, because I unfriended you. I could never do that to another human being. I'm too responsible for that. I would never do that. If somebody said, "Hey, I don't want to be your friend anymore," I'm not going to come to social media and say, "Oh, let me make up a bunch of lies about this person." I'm not going to do that. So right now, this is why I am doing this is because I have the right to stand up for myself. I have the right to do that. And you know what? It's been this whole game to where certain people that are obviously still in on it. I don't, honestly, I still to this day, I still don't understand why there is a desire to try to sabotage other people. When you're trying to sabotage other people, and I'm not trying to sabotage her, I'm saying no, I have evidence of the contrary, and let's let the record reflect. And I don't hate her. I know that she is a confused person. I sub to her channel. Last night she was up at 3 o'clock in the morning and she was saying that that her bipolar disorder was messing up. No, that's not what it is. That's her consciousness. That was my spirit saying to her, that was guilt. Why would you do this to this lady? This lady that did nothing but give you pure, just unconditional love. And out of the thousands of people that I have helped since I started my business almost a decade ago, for my track record to be this way, I have a very good track record in my business. I have had one chargeback, one char- actually, I'm sorry. Let me tell the truth. I've had two chargebacks in 10 years. You cannot tell me that that is not a good track record. I was in business for 5 years before she popped up and popped off with no problems whatsoever. Okay? One of the chargebacks came from a troll that came from that group. This person went to my Etsy page. You guys know that I don't allow people to purchase rituals unless I know them without doing a consultation. Even though the rituals are posted for you to buy, it's still a consultation required before you actually purchase it. This person went to my Etsy page, purchased a cleanse, told me that they had had a consultation previously. I started, I said, okay, fine, I'll go ahead and take you in. I started doing the work for this person, and all of a sudden this person flipped and went crazy and did a chargeback on my Etsy page all of a sudden. It- you know, the other chargeback was a client from years ago from 2016 that she did the chargeback simply because she changed her mind about the man that she was doing work on. She just changed her mind. Okay, and you could tell. And you know what? All is forgiven. I don't stay stuck on stuff, guys. Y'all know how I am. But I'm dealing with people that do stay stuck on things. So, but yeah, that's a very good track record. I think that it is extremely like my clients, I love them. I they are like, especially the ones that I have right now, all of them, all of my clients hold a special place in my heart. Okay. And I've got people that have been with me for years that come back to me all the time whenever they need some help. Okay. With something spiritually. That's a very good track record for almost 10 years in business. I don't play around with people. I don't play around with it. It's not for entertainment purposes only. And it's disrespectful to spirit, to witchcraft, to the craft for people to do that for if you're like if you're going to be a client, it's important for you to respect, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you say. You don't have the right to do that. I mean, and so, yeah. So I don't want anybody to think anything crazy. I want everybody to know that, because what I found is that people self sabotage. I don't. Okay. I have a mission statement to where I am going to make sure that every single client that I have is happy with the work that I do for them, because how would it benefit me? Would that be of a benefit to me for me to screw you guys and jack you around? No. And for somebody to say, oh, well, that stuff is not real, that is a matter of opinion. That is not a fact. Okay, and it's just been one crazy thing after another. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to come in and say that real quick. Like I said, I'm not going to apologize. Why would you go into that group of people? Why would you do that? Even if you were a person that self sabotages, why take it that far? And right now, over on her channel, what I can tell is that she hangs with a bunch of trolls. So I can only assume that she is a troll. It is very disrespectful. I have clients that have serious situations going on. I have serious situations going on. Nobody has time for this to be jacked around. You know what? My clients, They may have been very lucky people. A lot of us actually had to get out there and work for what we have. I have a over 20-year work history, started my company. I have had nothing has ever been given to me. And you know what? If it is given to you, good. Social media, though, is not necessarily a dating site or a place for you to hang out. It's not always that for everybody. Like, yeah, I would like to start having more panels, but you know what? That group of people, it's safe to be a client, because as a client, your confidentiality is good. I wouldn't listen to some people that say, I have had some weirdness before, but, I think that a lot of people are kind of nervous about coming on panel because of the craziness that has been happening with these people. And that is something that has to change. It's going to change. I'm going to employ St. Michael to do that for me. And, a lot of people will say, well, I don't care. I don't respect you. I don't like you. Do you respect Archangel? Do you respect Saint Michael the Archangel? I'm not talking about a man that's here in the flesh. I'm talking about an angel, one of the most powerful angels in the heavens. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that my point was gotten across, because honestly, this is a repeat from years ago when it first happened. Why do people have to repeat things over and over and over again? I'm going to tell you why. Because there are some people on my channel, they're perfectly sound individuals. I talk to y'all all the time. Y'all leave comments. Y'all come to my channel. Some of y'all even have donated to me, which I thank you very much. Okay. There are some people that have to they just repeat things over and over and over again, like a hamster on a wheel. Goodness gracious, just repeated cycles over and over again. This is not my repeated cycle. I'm sick of it. Not even bored. I can't even say that I'm bored with it, because I've never been entertained with it. Never. Hey sis, do you want to give me like a quick online testimonial? Or, some people, here's the thing about it, is that when it comes to the testimonials, which I have several that I can put up, like today, but it's kind of like, I don't how do I put this? Hatred, visceral. People getting angry about other people's good news. I have instructed Saint Michael, I don't want that kind of energy near me. I honestly don't. I'm happy for everybody. If somebody has some kind of triumph or victory, I am usually a person to be happy for that person. Now, I personally, when it comes to people that have done me dirty, that have affected me negatively, I may feel on some level, well, they don't even really deserve that, because look at how they affected me. But guess what? Everything that they do in the mundane can be handled with the craft. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. If it were not for witchcraft, I feel like this world would be worse. You know. So, one EQ, thank you, sweetie. We're gonna. Yeah, I did make the right connections for you and do work. But listen, sweetie, I was gonna say, but you don't have to divulge your info. We'll wait. We'll wait. because I don't really like to do testimonials like right away. But I can tell you that you know my capabilities are there, but there's so many lies. And that's what I'm having St. Michael do, is to cut through the lies. Everybody has the right to care about their reputation, because my reputation is going to depend on a small percentage. Okay. Now I know that I've got things going on with the landlord and everything. And that, like a lot of my real problems, I'd say 90% of my real problems have to do with that. But I think that in social media, I have the right to feel comfortable, to where I don't feel like everybody is looking at me, judging me. You know what I mean? Like, and um it just it's crazy, and that's literally what people have been doing. And what good does it do them? It doesn't really even do them any good. So anyway, I'm sorry I've been on my soapbox about that. But I had to come and speak up for my work. Okay, for the work that I do. That, yes, I can do it for myself, I can do it for clients, I can do it for myself, I can do it for clients, of course. um I've got some things that I got to deal with. I've got some work that I got to do with meditation for the Sam Hain Circle. So I got to get off of here. Um, I'm just really hoping, in the name of St. Michael, that this chick stops and just quits the whole thing. Just stop. So, that's my purpose of doing that. And, I don't have time to argue with people. I don't have time to debate and go back and forth. I'm going to get back to work. Okay. There was a few people that was asking about the Sam Hain Circle. Please, listen, please stop being distracted by this crazy stuff. And I'm really, 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 I've got my fingers crossed and my candles lit up to the sky that this all ends. It's got to end somewhere, because I'm not giving up my business. It's never going to happen. Okay. Even if I wanted to, I can't do that. Once you're on this path, you're on it, and it ain't no stopping it. And I have no issue with that. Whatever issues that I have are being handled, because there's been so many lies. That's just like, I am now recovering from somebody else on this platform that's supposed to have 5,000 viewers per video, spreading a very vicious rumor about me. Those are things that should not be happening in social media. And I would never do that to another person. I just don't get it, you know? So I don't know. We all know that people do that when they're running their businesses. I don't do that. I don't slander people because I try to steal people's clients, or I don't do stuff like that. I don't. So, and it just seems like, these people, it's so weird. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Do I feel that there is some kind of spiritual connection with these people? No, I don't. I don't feel the connection at all. In fact, I don't feel anything except for the disconnect. I feel like, yes, I have to call to my spirits to alleviate and to remedy the situation. But do I feel that there's this deep connection? And no, I don't. My life has always made sense. And you guys got to remember that when you're dealing with some of these groups of people online. I have seen people get sucked into these groups. Oh, y'all should look at the videos on this subject about how people get sucked into these groups and lose their mind. Now, I personally am not the type of person that can do that. No, I can't do that. But there have been people that have done that. So, I would be careful with that. Right now, what the goal is to rebuild my social media um, channels on YouTube to where, I can, rebuild the YouTube audience to where it doesn't consist of that energy. Because I don't want it. In fact, I'm going to be ordering a big old picture of St. Michael, framing it. I can actually print it out on my printer, framing it, and putting it in my apothecary to make sure that St. Michael consistently protects me from that. Okay. And with that said, guys, I'm going to go and eat some brunch. If anybody wants to argue about fact, I can promise you that when it doesn't matter how many witnesses somebody has, people are always willing to lie. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm sorry I can't leave yet. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Years ago, it was so freaking weird, guys. It was so weird. I had just started practicing the craft and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. It was really weird, but I still was, very sound and hey Jen, hey girl, hey sis. And so I had moved to this duplex over in Missouri. I had moved into this duplex and for some reason the neighbors, they just started harassing me. Like I was like, what in the world? And I don't know what these people was doing. It was weird. It was like Mickey Mouse Disneyland weirdness. So anyway, apparently long story short, I ended up having to call the police a couple of times because these people wouldn't even let me walk to my car to go up to the store. I couldn't even leave the house. Like they were terrorizing me. My neighbors were terrorizing me that much. And so one day I called them and I don't know what this cop, I don't know what his deal was. It was so weird. Um, and I never forget this. The cop told me, he said, don't go anywhere. I'm like, I need to go up to the store to get my children some ice cream. They didn't have Instacart back then. He leaves, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's go up to the store, kids. Do you know that these lying people watched me go? The neighbors called the police, lied, and said that I knocked on their door. There were three additional people in that house that bared false witness to get that cop to come back. I was arrested. My family had to come and get this is a true story. Weirdness, bro. Weirdness. Anyway, a few months later, when the court date came up, of course they didn't show up in court because they lied, and I was okay. But it's just the point, people you and so a lot of people say, well, why? You know, for me, I don't know why that happened. The only thing that I can say, because it was so weird, it was weirdness once again. I honestly, I have no idea, because the duplexes were so close together that you could actually hear the neighbors. Like, I had one neighbor on one side of me, they constantly listened to porn, that like I could just hear porn 24/7. And then on the other side, these people were real goofy. They were like, it was like cartoon characters. It was so weird. Oh my God. And so, I was doing a ritual one night, and I was in front of my window, and all of a sudden they come outside. They're like, "Oh, look, she's got a look at what she's doing. She has a wand." Weird. Very, very weird. So it just, and you know how it started? I'm gonna tell you guys how it started. I got a whole bunch of brand new furniture, and my furniture was so pretty. It was a white sectional, and the pillows on it was really pretty. I had gotten a brand new big screen TV back then. This was like over 15 years ago, guys. Back then, they didn't have flat screens. That's how long ago this was. Okay. They saw that and decided to go on the attack. People are weird, bro. People are very weird. I'm not even going to lie to you. Here's my advice for any practicing witch. If you're just starting out, make sure that you have St. Michael the Archangel, because I think that that was the one thing that I was lacking. This is speaking from personal experience. Make sure you have St. Michael the Archangel, is all I got to say. Some of y'all, it may be a little bit more complicated, but I think that that's a good foundation, because it seems like weirdness ensues, and people are very weirdly weird, oddly oddness. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And in other news, I'm really thinking about coming down there with my girl Jen to Boston. I really am. Okay. I've always liked the aesthetics of Boston. I've been done came down there, sis. Oh Lord. Anyway. So yeah, that'll probably, if I were to do that, it would probably be about another year or so. I would have to look at the real estate market down there, because I'm never going to give up on owning a home. And I'd have to look at the real estate market down there and see what the deal is with that. So, anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to throw my cards, because it's like a odd feeling. It makes me think about my mother. My mother owned four houses, by the way, four. And my grandmother owned two houses in her, well, three in her lifetime. But it always seemed like there was a male trying to stop that. It's very strange. That was my mother, her story. It just seemed like it was always something, you know, just very primitively minded males that don't want to see women do well. It actually makes you look around the world and kind of say, wow, huh, what is happening here? This is so bizarre, so weird. We'll get through it though. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I will see y'all later. Okay. I'm done talking about it. You know, if she wants to continue to challenge me on that, I'm not going to go back and forth about this, honestly. I don't understand why, you know, why do people like to go back and forth? And yeah, I do believe that there are some people that are entertained by that. That's not my job. In fact, it's below my pay grade. And I'm not going to do it. Okay. All right, guys. I got to go. Y'all have a happy Tuesday. I'm done talking about it. I know I'm seeming kind of obsessive. I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys that I had to reload the video and to just speak about this for a few moments so that I could get my point across. I'm not going to fall for the made up lies because what they do, what a tactic is, I'm going to tell you what a tactic is of theirs, to tell a ridiculous lie to get a response. It's typically what they do. They'll tell a big lie to get a response, and that's not what I'm doing. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to get back to work. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.